Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. I got a video today from Lockethebountyhunter.
To go get tampons at the store. Okay, hopefully the boys are out of here now, but girls, what do we do about these men? Up with men thinking that just because a woman has boobs and decides to show them off, that means they're open for business, ready to have sex, and they're a whore.
I mean, that was the whole point of advertising the boobs. That's what streetwalkers do.
Oh my god, it drives me insane. I talk about this all the time, but I just posted a running vlog because I'm back into running now. Running a half marathon. Woohoo, yeah. It has like 600,000 views. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the comments. Girls, I feel like some of you are defending me in there, so like I really appreciate that. I love you. Running in a sports bra causes like World War III. It's like you've never seen men behave any worse in their life. And yet, why would I not run in a sports bra when it's 95 degrees outside and it's hot and I'm training? You know what you're doing.
Because men still train with normal shirts and t-shirts on, even though it's 95, 100 degrees. Yet you just have a bra on.
Doing? Watch this back in slow motion. Putting it on Reddit in slow motion, making comments about my mommy milkers, goo goo gaga cannons, talking about doing sexual things to me. Is that not harassment?
No.
For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, allow me to enlighten you.
We're back to the half marathon training. I just signed up for a race in April.
She purposely did that.
So let's go on a run together. So excited to be back. Today I'm running in Centennial Park, which is great for running because it's not as hilly as a lot of the
Again, purposely do this to show off her goods, and then actually get upset that people are looking at her goods.
other routes in Bondi.
Now, to answer your question, no, it's not harassment. It's the freaking internet, you moron. You
Especially when you put a whole video publicly.
posted a video of your boobs bouncing up and down on a TikTok video, and you recorded it in such a way that you were making sure that those fun bags were going bouncy bouncy in every single frame. What in the hell did you think was gonna happen, woman? That people were going to admire your completely unnecessary video about you training for a marathon that nobody gives a damn about? It's the freaking internet, and you should know that anything you post on there has the potential to be subject to ridicule and commentary. And sister, you set yourself up for that one, and you insist on doing it because you're a massive freaking hypocrite. Now, if your content wasn't boob-centric, then maybe I might have a micrometer of sympathy for you, but woman, take a look at what you regularly post.
Travel romances are an avoidant girl's best friend. And they're on a boyfriend and I'm 25.
I mean, there's some nice jugs, I admit.
And that's not a problem. I actually love being single. I just got home from the beach and I just realized the sunset is gonna be so pretty tonight that I might have to just go run and go back to the beach because life is too short to not drop everything to go watch the sunset.
Now, if you're gonna put your knockers on the internet like that, then you can't be surprised when dudes comment on them. Because I know this might come as a shocker to you, but a lot of dudes, yeah, they appreciate a big set
There's a dude with 2 thumbs. This dude.
of tits. You know this, that's why you post them constantly and then get offended when dudes talk about them. That way you can milk the cow at both ends. Why not? With the way you make your money, it's the closest thing to milk you're ever gonna make.
I'm sorry. And I know everyone's like, just don't bring it up, just don't even, just let it just be you and post your content and whatever. I don't want to post content if it's not interacting with the community that I want to interact with. So in 2026, I'm making it my sole goal to get these men out of here. All I want is a girl following, and all I want.
If the men were out of there, you would literally get no attention. And you'd be crying, "Where are all the attention? Where are all the men at?"
Want is girls who actually listen to what I have to say and like what I have to say and who I can create for and who I can build a community for. That's my purpose. That's my goal. It's not about...
Nope, your goal is to make money and collect clout and be famous off of attention.
So if you're a girl and have any idea on how to get rid of these guys in my following, like, please let me know, because I feel like every girl that I talk to has like a 99% girl following, and it's like, I have not been blessed by the gods in that department because I have this situation. What do I do? I'm not just gonna not show my body ever on social media because men can't control themselves, because that's not my problem.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
Hold up, you mean to tell me that your plan for 2026 is to banish men from your TikTok channel? Well, how exactly do you plan on doing that? The only way you could potentially make that a reality is to somehow banish men from the internet. And yeah, you might have a nice rack, but that doesn't mean you have the power to control the internet. I hate to break it to you, sister, but it's dudes who are the ones consuming your content because you insist on jiggling your jugs in every single video that you make. I mean, for God's sake, you're doing it right now by making sure your cleavage is in frame as much as possible. Now, listen, if you want to make your money using what God gave you, then have at it. I couldn't care less. But you can't make a spectacle of yourself and make videos that are specifically designed for men to look at your chesticles and then blame them when they look. That's because you know, just as much as we all do, that the only way you can keep the backstabbing cult of psychos known as the Sisterhood interested in your dumbass content is if you're playing the victim card. I mean, if you really do want to get rid of men on your channel, put on some freaking clothes and stop drawing attention to them. But you'll never do that because you're too busy showing off the only thing of value that you have in life.
Right, because remember, we only want sex because that's all you offer.
Okay, dating updates, and something I'm realizing at 30 years old is that vulnerability can be really empowering as long as you have a strong sense of self. So I was seeing this guy for the past month. We were calling him Music Man, lovely human being, and I have high standards when it comes to men specifically, and he was up here, right? He has raised the bar. And it started casual, but again, here. So my feelings for him were really strong pretty quick.
So this guy is definitely a Chad because you started casual because you knew you couldn't lock this man down and you did it the normal way.
And I took a chance, and about 3 weeks in, I told him, I said, hey, this is the most I've liked someone this early on, and if we continue to see each other, I'm gonna want more from you. Right now 50% is fine, but I'm gonna want 90 or 100 down the road. Is that something that you think you could provide? For some context, he's like post-divorce, single dad, finding his footing. Not a great time for that, and I recognize that. So I also said, if not, we can take a step back and you go date around and figure out who you are and call me sometime next year, next summer.
Why can't we just continue casually doing what we were doing? Like, okay.
Summer, fall, whatever, and we'll cross our fingers and hope that neither of us meet someone else in the meantime. Right person, wrong time, right?
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Hold the phone there, Chatty Cathy. Let me see if I can get this straight here. You mean to tell me that you were porking a dude that's in a band and you fell in love with him, and your first reaction was to tell this man who is divorced with a kid that you have feelings for him and you expect him to do more for you? Woman, that's not vulnerability. That's psychotic levels of entitlement. I mean, where's the incentive for this guy? I mean, think about this from the guy's perspective. He's a single divorced dad. He's obviously good looking. He's in his prime. He's probably playing in a band and honestly feeling better than he has in a long ass time. And you expect him to give up all of that for a piece of poontang that was going to expect him to put in more effort?
Yeah. This is the playbook, right? Just give him some poo-tang. Hopefully he gets addicted or likes you enough to where he stays. But it doesn't work, ladies. It doesn't work. Your poo-tang, whatever you want to say, isn't worth it. It's the same as everybody else's.
Lady, I get that you think you're perfect, but even if you had a chance with this guy, which rest assured you most certainly don't, you shouldn't be telling him that you want more from him just because of your fifis, especially when you're making it clear that you're offering nothing in return for all of this work outside of the aforementioned fun time with your humid garbage disposal of slippery mediocrity. And in all honesty, if you seriously said that to this guy, then he's probably thanking his lucky stars that you did, because now he doesn't have to deal with you ever again. And in a few years' time, you'll probably reach out to him, and he'll either immediately block you or force you to buy a ticket to his next show, where he will ignore you after his set as he goes to talk to chicks who are younger and hotter than you.
And it was really scary. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was on shaky ground for a few days there. But then, you know, I kind of caught myself and I realized that I had me. You know, if he didn't have me, I had me. And he got back to me, and unfortunately he said, you know, this is uncharted territory and I just can't promise you the things that you're asking for right now. And which I appreciate the honesty. And it was tough to hear, but there was not 1 second where I doubted my ability to walk away. I knew that I was not settling for 50% when I want 90 or 100. And that was what shifted.
You did settle for that because that's what you started off with. Like, women think they have such high standards. No, you started off with low standards and all of a sudden you try to raise it in the middle of the game.
This vulnerability that used to be so scary to me I realize how empowering it is to speak plainly about how strong you feel about someone and then to ask for the things that you need. It becomes a really powerful tool when you know that you're going to abide by your standards. And right person, wrong.
Again, you slept with him. You had a casual relationship. What standards do you have? You can't just raise standards all of a sudden while you're fucking someone.
Timing really sucks. It can be pretty miserable, but there is just never a wrong time to stick to your standards.
You know, I had to break it to you, sister, but you aren't the one who walked away. You gave the guy an ultimatum, and he was the one who walked away.
Correct.
Well, more specifically, he dumped your ass the second you started demanding stuff of him after knowing him for 3 weeks. There was no chance in HE double hockey sticks that he was going to commit to you. And here you are, patting yourself on the back because you got rejected by the guy? Lady, there is Cope, and then there's you. I mean, seriously, woman, what did you think was going to happen? That he was going to take a look at this aged out, spoiled brat and give up everything for a woman who clearly has
Definitely aged out.
no respect for him? Yeah, that's never going to happen, woman.
I mean, the whole arm sleeve is probably a big freaking red flag already, right? I didn't mention it earlier, but, you know, it's worth mentioning now.
That wasn't the case of right person, wrong time. That was wrong person, wrong time. You got feelings for a good-looking dude in a bandit. It made you raise your standards, even though you weren't even dating. I mean, you said it yourself. It was all casual up to that point. So that man was under no obligation to take you seriously. But you honestly thought it was scary to look at this man and make demands of him? Woman, that's one of the most cowardly things you could ever do because you're in no position to make any demands whatsoever. But hey, I get it. You need a consolation prize for being a life failure. So if it really means that much to you, here you go, sister. Here's your prize for doing what you always do.
Woo! Hey! Congratulations.
I really
You played
just need to
yourself.
know if this is happening to anyone else or if it's just me. But in the past couple of weeks, I've had dates lined up with guys, mostly ones that they've initiated, let me add. And
Yeah, no shit. We all know you didn't initiate shit.
genuinely, I'm going to say like 3 or 4 times in the past 2 weeks, they've either cancelled on me the day before, completely ghosted me, or the worst, cancelled on me 45 minutes before. Once my makeup's done, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go, I'm G'd up. Like, why? Genuinely, why? For a first date, I'm obviously not emotionally invested. I'm not offended if you don't want to go on the date. But just have the respect to not ask me on the date in the first place or cancel a few days before. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my energy. And the absolute worst part of this is
This person says all this when she first started the sentence with, I had a whole bunch of dates lined up. Like, all right, girl.
the ones that have ghosted me still continue to like my Instagram stories. What are you actually playing at? I do not understand.
I don't understand why people pay so much close attention to their Instagram stuff. Who cares if someone likes it and views your story? Move the fuck on.
Someone, please, for the love of God, explain, because it is doing my head in. I could yap on about this for hours, so I'm going to stop it there. But if anyone has some insight into this, please let me know.
Oh, that? Well, that's easy to explain, sister. You see, you're what's known as the backup plan. You're not exactly on that dude's roster, though. You're more like you're on the roster to potentially become a prospect to potentially be eligible for a temporary position on his secondary roster. And him canceling the date was just his way of saying that either a hotter chick became available or he realized that he wasn't all that desperate and just wanted to kick back at home and play some Vandal.
I mean, tell you the truth, they might have just rubbed one off and that post-nut clarity was just like, oh.
Hearts 2 instead. Hey, seriously, have you ever played this game? It's not bad if you can get the chance to play it, but I digress. If he ghosts you, the same rules pretty much apply, except he doesn't want to deal with the inevitable meltdown over it. Because let's face it, woman, all you have is time. That's why you dedicate all of your energy to these dates. I mean, for crying out loud, woman, you schedule your showers around these freaking things. And you'd think with all of the cancellations and the ghosting that you wouldn't bother putting in a gargantuan amount of effort for something as simple as a coffee date. But no, you insist on going all out. And if that's the case, and you got no one to blame but yourself there, sister, we live in a time where Chad makes the dating rules since you give him all your power. And Chad, yeah, that dude's a ruthless emperor and he shows no mercy. He doesn't really have to. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna obsess over him liking your Instagram posts as you lament about why men don't want you. And once he reaches out to you again, you'll accept his offer for a date and get ghosted again.
And that's Chads out there, right? They get to do whatever they want. They can play games, come back later, and just still hit them up, and these women still yearn for him.
It's a vicious cycle, and it's one that you gladly participate in, sister.
Again, you can't complain when you said you have a whole bunch of dates lined up. Yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. These men might have realized, might have seen your TikToks, might have seen other things from you, and we're just like, yeah, no. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and see you guys next time. Ciao.